Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel for another iRacing video, and we're back in the IMSA series today at the Hungaroring. So new car track combination for me. It's obviously quite a fairly new track on the server, so yeah, I've not done many races here whatsoever. So we qualified pretty well. The split is quite low and I'm the number 2 car, so expecting to have a decent result, to be honest. Forewarning as well, the relative box is a little bit cut off. I had a mare the other day and I was using my computer and turned the main screen off to save power. I left it running sort of overnight, and that's just messed all my overlays and everything up, so everything's in the wrong place, and it's been a nightmare trying to get it fixed. And yeah, I thought I'd sorted it out in practice, but it turns out that the Race Lab overlay changes size from practice to the race, so that's a little bit cut off. It shouldn't hopefully affect the viewing experience at all, but with this being quite a long race, I've just chopped it into kind of a highlights package. So got the opportunity in this race as well to get back to 2k, so we're going into this race at 1955 in rating, and obviously expecting a fairly decent result, so let's see if we can make it or not. Yeah, P2 on the grid, let's jump on in, see how we get on. Alright, here we go, we're at Hungaroring, LMP2. This is the IMSA Hagerty with the number 2 car on rank. Number 1 car is qualified first in our class, so we'll see how we get on.
About to go green, stay focused.
Alright, here we go then.
The pace car is in. Green, green, green. Pit road's open.
Alright, the leader didn't launch before the flag, so we went on green.
Car right, clear.
Roll it in gently. Super easy to get off tracks at this circuit, so just going to try and make it to the end, to be honest, without a DQ. And hopefully that'll pay dividends in the standings. I'm hoping my race pace is going to be alright. It tends to be a bit better than my qualifying pace. The guy that we're chasing down, we were just in a practice session together, and I was actually faster than him, and then in quali just now he's managed to find a second versus the practice times he was doing, and therefore a second over me. We were very, very, very close in the practice session, but yeah, it's just picked me now in quali, and he's starting to run away with it. Alright, lap 1 done, expecting about 29 or 30. That's what we're fueling for anyway.
The next car's the leader.
Probably going to be quite a tense, quiet one from me, this one. Always find these cars especially take a lot of concentration. Feel very safe and sound right up until the moment when they snap and bite you back. Oh, that was nearly an off track. So nearly an off track. Biggest problem I'm having with this car track combo is I just don't know where to find the extra pace. My qualifying time was a 34, a low 34. The guy ahead of me was a low 33, so it's found an entire second around this circuit, and I'm just missing that at the minute. Found a bit of pace in the setup. We're running a high downforce setup, but it's not enough to keep up with them at the moment. So leaving the guys behind a little bit, we're also being left by Nicholas. There's an LMP in the pits, so he's had a bad start to the race. Nicholas was 5/10 faster than me that one lap. It's possible that he's run a different fuel strategy. He might be doing two half tanks rather than filling her up at the start. Might explain the extra pace that he's got here maybe. They do run a lot faster on lighter fuel than when they're heavy. Have to see what sort of lap he pits in. Set a personal fastest ever lap there though, 33.9. As Nicholas does a 33.6. Really got some pace here. Alright, let's play the marathon game then. Let's see if we can just keep it on the track, see if we can get any get the extra position from it, see if he makes a mistake. I imagine at this point he's literally just coasting away. Although having said that, I don't think you can do lap times like that if you're not pushing a little bit, so fairly impressed with the pace, to be honest. I'm not massively far away, and I've only done sort of half an hour to an hour's practice. I've not done heaps and heaps of time. It's the last day of the iRacing week as we're recording this, and it's I think it's the second to last session over the day as well. So leaving this one late, running this for my participation for those fine iRacing dollars at the end of the season. But I do like driving this LMP anyway. Really fun car. Looks like as the tyres do wear, I'm starting to lose some lap time as well, as I see the first GT traffic. We have got all three of the ugly sisters in today, the GTD and the GTE. Gonna catch Todd at an awkward time here. Gives us the apex.
Clear.
Thanks, Todd. Alright, a couple of mistakes of our own just there though, so we've lost a little bit more time on Nicholas. A couple of lockups. Wasn't sure what Sam was doing there, but it actually turned out to be quite a nice line he'd left for us. I was confused when he was sitting on the apex a little bit, but with the extra downforce and grip we've got, just sent us around the outside and it worked quite well. Nicholas did get better off through the traffic though. Not quite as nice from Andre as it was from Sam the previous lap. It meant that I couldn't get back on the racing line. Didn't want to chop across him. I did a race at Sebring a couple of weeks ago. It was the 2 hour 40-minute race. Overtook a BMW and then thought I was clear. Came across into the braking zone and found that the beam was still there. Spun myself across his nose into the barrier. And that put me and my teammate, I think 2 laps down very early on. So that wasn't ideal. So I've learnt my lesson. You have way more space than you think you need. Well, I'm just going to have to cling on to the hope that Nicholas has got more fuel to put in his stock, because he's leaving me for dead here. He's just running away with it.
Alright. Stay on the left. Clear.
I'll nip through just before the kink.
Clear.
Pass me right.
Big gaggle of GTs here.
Car on your left. Clear. Car on your left.
Quite badly held up there.
Clear on the left. Car right. Clear on the right.
Alright, Nicholas has got almost 10 seconds to us now then. I don't think it's going to matter soon whether he has got more fuel to put in or not. He's going to have built the gap that he needed.
Pass me right.
Thanks. Good comms from the GT there. Had to be decisive on the Lambo. Fabian saw me coming, so no harm, no foul. He's got a decent gap to be fair as Fabian. Don't think I'll have minded that one too much. Probably just slow us a little bit down through the corner, both of us, but I needed to make the move. 11 seconds to Nicholas. Thankfully 8 seconds behind to Gendrick, so still pulling away behind. You can see the leader's already in turn 2 as we're just coming into turn 1. Massive gap.
Left side. Still there, hold your line. Still there, hold your line. Clear on the left.
Alright, we were held up a little bit by Adrian there. Not a massive deal, but
Go left.
he sort of moved to block the middle of the road. It's sort of a body language with your car saying, I don't want you to pass me right now. As we were going into that right-hander, which would have been a great opportunity on the brakes for me to get past him. But he said no to that, so then we had to go side by side through the 2 final corners. Which in the end probably cost us both more time, but I couldn't have sat and followed him through there. That would have been even worse for me, so side by side it had to be. And that's another 2 seconds we've lost to Nicholas now. Open up that final corner, try and get a better run. Sort of worked in a way, but yeah, and we've lost another 2 seconds to Nicholas. He'll be lapping us by the end of the race at this rate. Bit of a lock up on the brakes into T1.
Car on your left. You've got a slow car on the right. Clear.
I had no idea where that back marker was then coming out of the pits. Clearly eager to get back on with the race, but I'm not sure how many laps down they are, but if they're many laps down, it would have been nice if we could have just not tried to take the apex there. Alright, we have got a lot of time on Nicholas for some reason, about 4 seconds in that last lap. It's probably just the traffic, although the traffic's only been costing us about 2 seconds a lap at max. So I wonder if there has been maybe some contact or an incident of some description. Not going to get there in time. But that's really bad. Super slow.
Clear.
Lost a fair chunk to Todd there. Don't think we're going to get this Beamer in time. We're not. You're in a nice stress-free braking zone.
Car right. Clear.
Alright, some GTs starting to take the pits. That's good news. I'll get them out of the way. Although we've pretty much cleared them all by now anyway. Alright, Jendrick behind, really cracking the whip, turning the screw, putting some lap times in. I think I should still be in the 34s if I don't keep getting held up badly by traffic, and it is just about when you catch them. There's not a lot you can do to plan it. Like that was quite lucky compared to last lap, when I had to sit and wait behind the Porsche. Which then put me offline for this corner as well, and it was just sort of snowballed, you know, if you get caught badly by the traffic it really hurts you. That was a particularly good time to catch that GT. Just as he peeled off into the pits, that was nice. Can't really see a big gap on the map where we can come out after this pit stop, so I guess we'll just have to take it wherever it comes. Nicholas is going as far into the race as I am by the looks of it, so his pace was actual raw pace all along, which is humbling for me, or concerning for me. Big swapper. Got lucky to save that. Really lucky to save that. Thought I was going down. Going around in the second to last corner, but got away with it somehow. Thankfully for me, Jendrik had an even slower lap, so that could have been me really under pressure then with that big slide, really big slide.
It's
one of those critical ones. We had to make that move. Wasn't particularly pretty, and I don't think I pressed to flash, but I don't think it flashed when I wanted to, so it might not have really have seen me coming, or expected me coming. Sort of a bit of a universal sign for I'm about to send it, but got my dashboard set to flash when I pressed the button like that, but it didn't do when I pressed the button, so I think it was just a little bit late on the flash. Nicholas does now pit. So we will finally get past him. Doesn't really count though. I'll dictate my pit stop based around when we catch a huddle of GT traffic, which might be the end of this lap. I've got a feeling that's why Nicholas pitted when he did. I think he was just coming on this bunch here and decided to pit instead. I mean, we're only putting 14 litres into the car, so the pit window has been open for quite some time. I just didn't want to end up falling back into the pack. Porsche opens the door and then closes it again. Yep, time to pit as well. I think there's a big gaggle of cars. Dodgy type pitting is this one. Practiced it a bit, but maybe not enough. Alright, we're in then.
You're in first.
All the way down to the end of the pit lane. Nicholas is already coming back past us.
That's it, go!
Alright, I'm back out into it then. Nice gap around us. Tyres will have cooled down a little bit, which is nice. Kitten is chewing my earphone wires next to me. Gap to Nicholas is pretty much the same, so fingers crossed it should all work out. Just very suddenly wondered if Urim, current leader, who was behind us when I just pitted there, might actually be trying to stretch the fuel to the end. That might be why he dropped back in pace. It's only 13 litres. I feel like that is savable through the race if you do really some heavy fuel saving. It'd be great for him if he's managed to strategize his way into a no-stop race there. Great move by the Porsche there. I wasn't expecting it at all, but that was a really nice spot to let us pass there, actually. Urim is now in the pits. Time to see how the strategy's worked out, if he's put time into us or not. We're going to get the position back at least, but he is moving already by the looks of it down the pits. Status quo by the looks of it. I think we're about 7 seconds ahead when we went in. It's going to be about 7 seconds by the time he's up to speed. So when the dust settled, absolutely the same. I think I have overfuel by about a lap. Well, I can't see that I'm making much difference, to be fair. Maybe about a second in the pits, a second or two. It wouldn't be enough to get the lead, that's for sure anyway. I think we put 14 litres in it and the pit stop was about 7 seconds, so if we call it 2 litres a second. Todd made me jump so much just then. That voice chat was very loud. Alright, let's just comparing outlaps there. Urim was 3 seconds faster on his outlap, so did gain a little bit of time, but I don't think he's going to catch me before the end. We've got probably 2 more laps left, so familiar story of bringing it home to the flag. Don't want to talk about the incidents because I don't want to curse it, but if you look over at the number, it looks quite pretty as it stands. Which is good because normally an off-track around here also means a slowdown, and we could do without that. This is Todd that sort of moved to not let us pass before. I wasn't close enough there anyway. Put pass right in the chat, but we've got the same dance where I've got to go all the way around the outside. He can't take his racing line, I can't take my racing line, and so we're both just slow and just waiting for the grip and the traction to take the corner. So no white flag this lap, so 2 to go at the line I reckon. Might be 3 to go even. Expecting 29 laps and this is only 27, so
on your left, clear on the left. Car on your left, clear.
So that all got very tense very quick. Lots of lungy sendy moves there. That's allowed Urim really close to us. Let's hope he gets held up by the traffic in the same way. It doesn't look like it has. I can already see him in the mirror there. So still 2 laps to go. Gap is down to 2 seconds. But a little bit of fresh air, which is nice. See if we can make the most of it. white flag lap finally. So all building up to this final lap then. We'll pull across just to break the toe as much as we need to. He is a long way back.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel left.
There's more time to be gained by hitting an apex than there is by trying to be last of the late breakers and messing it up. So that's what we'll go for. It's a really hard track to overtake at here at the Hungaroring. These cars do suffer really badly with aero wash as well. So the closer it gets, the harder it will be to follow. This was the last good overtaking opportunity and he's not close enough. And I think in the final drag to the line, he's not going to be able to get the run on us, no matter how close he gets. Alright, so after 45 minutes of tense racing, a P2 and a 0x. Maybe not the most exciting of races, but certainly a good result in a series that hasn't been that kind to me, especially the week at Daytona. I don't think I actually put any of the races up from that week, but yeah, that was a nightmare of a week. So it was Jendrick that was catching us through the start of the race that we were keeping an eye on. He got overtaken by Urim, who was closing in at the end there, but built enough of a gap in the early laps, thankfully. But hold on for the P2. Happy days. So quite a boring race in terms of actual passes for position in class at least, but obviously it's multi-class so there's always something going on. But a decent result, so I wanted to kind of put it online and keep it for memories and stuff like that, you know. P2 on a mixed class grid like that is a pretty decent result. It's definitely getting hounded at the end there, getting hunted down, so pleased that I managed to hold on to it. If there was one more lap I'd probably have lost that P2, and yeah, didn't manage to make the 2k by 1 point, so that's great. Oh well, on to the next race then. Let's see if we can keep it net positive or if we're going to end up going back down again away from the 2k, see what happens. But that's going to be everything for this video, so if you did enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up, really helps the channel out, and consider subscribing if you're new here and you've not done that already. Other than that, take it easy and look after yourself. I'll catch you in the next one.